The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Chapter 7. The doctor was waiting at the house when they returned. He checked Colin very carefully. "You should not stay out so long," he said. "You must not do too much." "I'm not tired at all," said Colin. "Tomorrow I am going out in the garden in the morning and the afternoon." "I am not sure I can allow it," said the doctor. "Do not try to stop me. I am going," said Colin. Mary thought that Colin was very rude. She thought back to when she first arrived at Misselthwaite and discovered that her bad manners were not usual or popular. She decided to tell Colin. "I am sorry for the doctor," she said. "It must be horrible to have to be polite to a rude boy." "Am I rude?" asked Colin. "Yes, you are," answered Mary. "People daren't do things to make you angry because they think you are going to die. You are a poor thing." "I am not going to be a poor thing," said Colin. "I stood on my feet this afternoon." "I am not going to be strange any more. I will go to the garden every day. There is magic there. Good magic." "Yes, there is," said Mary. The garden seemed magic in the months that followed. The green pushed its way up. The buds arrived and began to open and show colour: blue, purple, red, white. "She was very fond of flowers," said Ben. "She loved things that pointed up to the sky." Colin watched the roses grow. Fascinated, he watched each change. Every morning he was brought out and he spent every hour of the day in the garden when it didn't rain. He watched the insects and animals too. Often he talked about magic with Mary. "I am going to try and experiment," he said. He called for Ben. "Ben, please stand in a row with Dickon and Mary, because I am going to tell you something very important. When I grow up, I am going to do scientific experiments, and I am going to begin now. The magic in this garden made me stand up, and I know I am going to live to be a man. I am going to call the magic and make it go inside me." They all sat down in a circle and Colin started to repeat. "The magic is in me! The magic is in me! Magic! Magic, come and help!" Suddenly he announced, "I am going to walk round the garden." Colin started to walk with Dickon and Mary at his side, Ben behind, and then all of Dickon's animals. They moved slowly, but with dignity. Every few yards they stopped to rest. Sometimes Colin walked a few steps alone without support. He went all round the garden before stopping. "This is the biggest secret of all," said Colin. "No one must know about it until I can walk and run like other boys. Then, when my father comes home, I will walk into his study and say, 'Here I am! I am like other boys. I am quite well and I will live to be a man.'" Colin was always miserable at the idea that his father was afraid to look at him. "You will be a boxer," said Ben. "No, I will be a scientific discoverer," said Colin. Dickon also worked in another garden, growing vegetables and herbs for his mother. Dickon's mother loved to sit and talk to him in the garden after dinner. There were flowers in it too. One evening, Dickon told his mother the secret. The children agreed that she could know. She was happy and asked many questions. "What do they all think of it at the manor?" she asked. "They don't know what to think," answered Dickon. "In any case, it's a secret. Colin pretends to complain sometimes, so no one tells his father. He complains to the servants. He complains to Mary, and Mary pretends to be sorry for him. Then, when we get him safe into the garden, they laugh and laugh. The problem is that they are always hungry. Colin wants more food but can't ask for it or the servants will guess. Mary can't give him her food because she will get thin." Dickon's mother laughed. "I'll make some bread and buns and send them," she said. "You're wonderful, Mother," said Dickon. In fact, the doctor and the nurse noticed that Colin was eating much more. The doctor wanted to write and tell his father, but Colin was very angry. "You must not tell him," he shouted. "It will disappoint him if I get worse again." Colin decided to eat less, but this brilliant idea was too difficult. Every morning, breakfast arrived and he was very hungry. "I think I will have to eat it all," he said to Mary, "but I can send away some lunch or dinner." But they never sent away anything. "I wish the ham was thicker and one muffin is not enough," said Colin. "It is enough for a person who is going to die, but not for a person who is going to live," said Mary. Then one morning, Dickon brought them fresh milk and buns from his mother. What a kind, clever woman! They ate everything, and Colin sent thanks to Dickon's mother. More food arrived, and the children realised that it was not easy for Dickon's mother to send it with 14 people at home to feed. They sent her some of their money. Every day they repeated the magic circle, and every day Colin walked. He became stronger and could walk better. Dickon showed him some exercises he learned from an athlete. Colin and Mary started to do them every day. They also discovered how to roast potatoes and eggs in the wood. With that and the food from Dickon's mother, they could refuse the food in the house. The servants could not understand how they were getting fatter without eating anything. "The boy is a new creature," said the doctor to Mrs. Medlock. "And the girl is pretty since she got fatter and lost her ugly look. She and Colin laugh together all the time. Perhaps they're getting fat on that." "Perhaps they are," said the doctor. "Let them laugh." Every morning there was something new in the secret garden. There were eggs in the robin's nest. The children stayed away from the nest to leave it in peace, and the robin and his mate watched them with interest. One day it rained, and Colin was bored. Mary had an idea. "Colin," she said, "do you know how many rooms there are in the house?" "About 1,000, I think," said Colin. "There are about 100, said Mary. "Let's go and look at them. You can wheel my chair. No one will follow us." They spent the morning looking at all the rooms in the house. They were fascinated. When they went back to Colin's room, Mary noticed a difference. The portrait of Colin's mother was not covered. "I am not angry to see her now," said Colin. "I want to see her all the time. I think she was a sort of magic person." Chapter 7 Summary. Colin walks, exercises, and does the magic circle in the secret garden every day. Colin is planning a surprise for his father. Colin is no longer angry with his mother.